Okay, kids, let's gather around the fire while I read to you some stories from the completely unfair and grossly over-exaggerated book of unlikable wolves. Okay, let's see. Ooh, the story of the 3 little pigs.
I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down.
Forget about all that. Houses made of straw are never gonna sell in the current housing market. Oh, here's another one of my favorite. Little Red Riding Hood. Don't go in there, Little Red!
That grandmother of yours needs a shave.
Ooh, and check this out. Here's another reason to hate on wolves. The werewolf. I guess this is when regular wolves just aren't big and bad enough. Look, the point is, wolves have gotten a bad rap over the years, and we need to set the record straight.
Only a few hundred years ago, wolves were one of the most successful species on the planet. Almost every continent had its own subspecies. In North America alone, wolves numbered in the hundreds of thousands, perhaps millions. However, as humans grew in number, wolves declined. Perceived as a threat to be hunted and eradicated, many wolf populations shrank to near extinction.
Today, we know that wolves are a vital part of a healthy ecosystem. So our improved understanding of what makes a wolf is equally vital.
To get a better handle on wolves, let's start with something we all know and understand. Believe it or not, all dogs are descendants of wolves.
Yes, even this one.
So let's start with what we know. Just like dogs, wolves are smart.
Though when it comes to surviving in the wild, wolves have kept a certain set of skills that domestic dogs have lost over time. Sorry, Spike, you were born to be mild.
Over the years, dogs have been selectively bred for certain tasks that humans were interested in having them do, such as hunting or guarding. So they don't have to use the same thinking power as a wolf out in the wild, because they don't have to perform the same types of tasks as a wild wolf.
Then there are the physical differences. Now, this guy is very different from his wolf cousins in a variety of ways. But what about bigger dogs like German Shepherds or Huskies?
Well, they are similar, but there are some major attributes that set them apart. Wolves generally have stronger jaws, longer legs, and more strength and stamina all the way around.
Now think of what we expect from our domestic dogs. Maybe a little game of catch, maybe some frisbee. Oh, I got it! Ugh. But there's a big difference between landing this and landing an elk. If I'm a wolf, I need to keep my edge. I need the extra power. I need endurance. Why? Well, it's simple. The things I like to eat are always on the move. And none of them seem to want to join me for dinner.
This is where the wolf's intelligence and physical attributes come into play. Smell is the wolf's most powerful sense, with a nose that can detect prey from far distances. And did you notice those triangular ears? They allow wolves to hear frequencies far beyond what we humans experience. Once on the move, the wolf's intellect and hunting skills kick in, all supported by a powerful torso and legs, allowing speedy pursuit of prey over long distances.
Now, to put things into perspective, we have to start here at the ground level. Herbivores feast on grass and other plants.
Those herbivores might fall prey to carnivores other than wolves. Wolves sit at the top of the food web, an apex predator with 42 teeth and a jaw capable of cutting through muscle and bone using 1,500 pounds of pressure.
This nutcracker only uses a small fraction of that. Okay, just to recap, apex predator and this guy.
But the difference between wolves and dogs doesn't stop with survival in the wild. It's also about social survival. Domestic dogs need to live peacefully with humans.
To make this work, dogs have to be submissive. In a sense, it's like they've adapted a permanent state of puppyhood. Isn't that right? Whoa, see what I mean?
An alpha has a lot of different jobs in the pack: to hunt prey, to choose den sites, and to protect the pack's territory. So in order to do this, they have to be aggressive. That's exactly the opposite of what we see in our domestic dogs.
But there are some behavioral similarities. Both dogs and wolves are hypersocial.
dogs will bond with other dogs and their human owners for companionship, and this forms a kind of a pack, with the humans as the alpha members. But wolves tend to stick to very close-knit family units. That's usually made up of a breeding male and female that serve as the alpha pair, some younger siblings, and the average pack size ranges from about 5 to 7 wolves.
And since dogs need humans and wolves don't, we know that wolves just aren't suitable as pets. They're too wild and independent to adjust to being pets. Isn't that right? However, in the wild, the fact that they don't need humans actually works in everyone's favor. Wolves go to great lengths to avoid people.
Which means all those big bad wolf stories really are fairy tales. In fact, there are very few documented cases of wolves attacking humans.
Instead, they have plenty of success with their natural prey and are just amazing animals all the way around.
Now, speaking of amazing, check this out. Spike, roll over. Roll over. It worked in rehearsal. Spike.